Hello everyone, how's it going? Billy Ballgame here, back with another video. On this channel, I'm just a dude who loves to talk about baseball cards. And it's Sunday, October 6th, as I'm filming this video. So, this video is going to be serve a couple different purposes. It is not going to be 50 minutes like the last one. I apologize to everyone, but I appreciate you if you actually sat there through a 50-minute video on Ken Griffey Jr. cards. Like, I really appreciate it. So, last week was my birthday, and this weekend, like I said, it's Sunday, has been crazy busy. So, Friday was homecoming at the school my wife and I work at. So, we were gone all day doing homecoming festivities and then the football game Friday night. And then yesterday, we went to an antique store out toward Kansas City and went and ate as kind of a belated happy birthday celebration. So I am 49 years old, and I am not as good as I once was, to pay a little homage to the Toby Keith song, I Ain't As Good As I Once Was. But what I wanted to do, while I was filming my last 50-minute Ken Griffey Jr. video, I realized that there were a few that I had forgotten to pull out. So I have a handful. Again, this isn't going to be a 50-minute video. But I also wanted to show you my pickups from the antique store. Now, this antique store is, I don't know, an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes west, like not quite into Kansas City, called the Brass Armadillo. And it's a huge antique store and one of our favorites. Ty from Chasing Cardboard filmed an episode from there back pretty early in Chasing Cardboard's history, and that's really how I found out about it. And I picked up a few things from there yesterday. But again, it's been a crazy weekend. It's Sunday. I'm pretty whooped. So after I film this video, I don't know if I'll get it out today or tomorrow, but it's just going to be a relaxed day. I'll probably soak up some NFL football. And I'm glad I wasn't home yesterday, because Mizzou laid an egg against Texas A&M yesterday and got throttled. So I had it set to DVR to record, but I'm not going to watch it. And I'm glad I wasn't home yesterday, or I would have been pretty mad yesterday. Like, Mizzou makes me angry when they play terribly, like worse than all the other sports. Like, if the Cardinals are bad, like they have 162 games, like they can make it up. If Mizzou lays an egg, that's pretty tough to recover from, with college football being as short as the season as it is. But I wanted to give a couple channel shout outs. One to my buddy Greg from Midlife Cards. I bought this shirt from Scott a few weeks ago, and hadn't worn it yet on my channel, so I wanted to pay homage to Greg. And then I wanted to give a shout out to Rob at Cash Cards. So he watched my Ken Griffey Jr. video, and I was a bad influence on Rob. So Rob said that he watched my video and got inspired to start hunting some Ken Griffey Jr. cards, and he picked up a super sweet one at a show recently. So if you're not already subscribed to Cash Cards, please do so. Rob's a great dude and a great supporter of my channel. He does a lot of pack rips. Currently, he's a hand model, but maybe at some point he'll flip the camera around and let us get a look at him. So go check out Rob at Cash Cards channel, especially his most recent video where he made a tremendous Ken Griffey Jr. pickup. And it's funny because I was actually talking to my buddy Joe at Redneck Collector last night on the phone, and was talking about how much I love this card that Rob picked up and wanted one really, really badly. And then I watched Rob's video, and I'm like, the timing couldn't have been any better. So again, this weekend, I haven't been on YouTube very much. I wasn't on very much at all on Friday. I wasn't on very much yesterday until kind of late in the evening when we got back home and got the kids to bed and got settled down and all that stuff. So I have a lot of YouTube to catch up. So I'll be on YouTube a lot today, probably while I'm watching the NFL football. But I will quit babbling. So what I'll do is I will go ahead, flip the camera around, and start showing you. Actually, I'm not even going to flip it around. I'll just shoot like I've got it right now. So I've got a handful of, well, not a handful, a couple Ken Griffey Jr. graded cards that I forgot to pull out, that I was wondering when I was filming the video, like, where did these other cards go? And then, like, it dawned on me while I was filming the video, oh yeah, I know where they're at, and forgot to grab them, but I didn't want to grab them in the middle of the video. So I talked about having one of these graded, and there it is. So I have one with a signature on it, a silver or a gold signature. I can't remember which one. But when I just now pulled out the rest of them, I didn't find it. So I need to start digging and find it, because my card room is a mess right now. I've got to get stuff cleaned up. Like, this shelf has stuff piled all on it. I've got cards sitting all around here I need to put away. But this was 20 bucks for a PSA 10. And I bought this, I don't know, a year or two ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. And I think it's a really cool card. It was super cheap. I mean, 20 bucks for a Ken Griffey Jr. and a 10, like, I'll do that all day, any day. I showed a couple of these ungraded that I will grade at some point, just because I'm looking for an upgrade of this one. Not that I'm not happy with a 9, but again, I don't really keep duplicates. So I'll upgrade, or I will grade some of those other ones. And then if any of them grade better than this one, I'll get rid of this one and keep the highest graded one. So the plan is, and we'll see how it goes, is I want to start getting a bunch of these graded, because I've got a lot of duplicates, and then I can upgrade and move some cards off to pick up other cards, and maybe build a buffer in my card account, so when I go to the National or Strongsville or something like that, it doesn't completely wipe my card account out like it did last year, and then I've got to take 6-8 months to put money back in there to recoup. So here's another Ken. I just thought this, I've always thought this was a super cool insert card. Again, Fleer Ultra had some really cool inserts. This is the Ultra Rawhide. And then if you guys remember these, this glove has, like, in the background, has texture like a baseball glove, and I just think it's really cool. Again, in a 9, and this is a really old flip. In a 9, this was a super cheap card. I want to say it was like 10-12 bucks. So that, I believe, is all my graded Ken Griffey Jr. cards for the moment. And again, when I was filming the last video, I said that I love this subset, and I thought I had an electric diamond of his sitting around somewhere. Well, here it is. It was in this other grading box over here, the black one back there, that I'd forgotten had cards in there that I want to get graded at some point. But these are kind of like the lowest priority, so I forgot they were in there. Here's another great card. Just a Topps baseball, or a Topps base card, but still super cool. So this is the leaf that I was talking about in my last video that I want to get graded. Now this one has a tiny, the slightest little print dot up here in the corner. I don't even know if you can make that out on the camera or not. So it's probably not going to grade a 10, but I think it will grade at least a 9, and I'll be good with that. Here's, I believe this is a 93, which is really the first year that Diamond Kings went kind of air quotes premium. This was an insert set, so it was no longer part of the regular set of Donruss. And you can see a DK1, so it had a Diamond King 1. This was a Diamond Kings insert, and they weren't super easy to pull, and I never had very many of these growing up, but I just think this is a super cool one here. Fleer Ultra, this is the one that came from the basement collection. I have another one that I said I thought might have, but this one did. And then this was a gift from my buddy Adam from Oregon. Super cool card here that I'd never seen. And then here is Fleer Lumber Company. I love this set as well. And then I have his base at the break, but I've never seen this parallel. refractor or whatever it is. So this is a super cool card. So Rob has sent me probably close to 100 Ken Griffey Jr. cards over the last year or two. And shout out to Rob. He's a huge supporter of my channel. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that dude. But yeah, he's sent me some amazing cards. So, okay, so let's start with the pickups. So I probably could have spent very easily $1,000 on baseball cards at this antique store. The unfortunate thing is when it's in an antique mall and the vendor has to pay rent, like they kind of have to bump up their prices a little bit. So some of the stuff was what I felt way too expensive. Like they had a couple boxes of the first year Skybox basketball were $60. They had I think it was 90 Fleer basketball, maybe the first year that it was reasonably accessible. You could find it. I don't remember for sure. It's either 90 or 91. He had 2 boxes there. They were $80. Like, again, that's a little bit too high. So we went through the entire antique mall, and there was a lot of baseball stuff there, sports cards in general. And so, you know, the wife and kids bought their stuff that they wanted, and then after they were done, I kind of went back through and did another loop and decided what I wanted to buy based off of what I found was actually the best priced. But I did pick up a few old Beckett's, and these were $1 a piece. And this is the 4th issue of hockey. And so I had all these when I was a kid, but I think they got demolished at my mom's house, like after I moved out or thrown out or something, who knows. Or I still have them here packed away in boxes that I just haven't found yet. But this is super cool. I remember just how awesome it was when Beckett started doing basketball and football and hockey. And I would like to find the first versions of all those magazines, like the first hockey edition, the first basketball edition, because they're just super cool. So here's a Beckett, baseball Beckett commemorating Mickey Mantle's passing. This is from October 5th of 1995. And I would have been celebrating my I think 20th birthday in Air Force basic training in October of 95. But this is just a great Beckett. All these were $1 and they were in tremendous condition. So I scooped that one right up. And then last but not least, as far as the Becketts go, this was a Ken Griffey Jr. Beckett that I didn't have. So for $1, of course, I'm going to pick this up. And this one is from August of 97. And at this point, I believe they were sold. You could buy them in Barnes and Noble or bookstores. There, was it B. Dalton Booksellers or something? There was another big bookstore chain. Dave Justice was still kind of a big deal at this point. Really good player when younger in his career. Well, and overall, he had a really good career. Not quite Hall of Fame level, but really good. So I picked up those 3 Becketts for $1 a piece. And then I picked up a set of 90 Bowman. Now, you guys know that I picked up a box of 90 Bowman here recently that was up here on my counter. I'd opened a few packs and wasn't pulling anything out of it. And I'm like, what is going on with this box? So I ripped the whole box, and I didn't get a Ken Griffey Jr. I didn't get a Frank Thomas. I didn't get a Juan Gonzalez. Like, there were a bunch of the key cards that I didn't get. I think I got maybe like a Bernie Williams. It was like the best rookie card that I got. So I saw this there, and I think it was like $20, somewhere around there. So I went ahead and picked it up. So now, hopefully, I will have all the key cards. Not that they're super valuable or anything like that, but hopefully they'll be in good enough condition to where I can get like the Thomas rookie graded maybe in a 9 or something. So we'll see. And I bought another box of 90 Score baseball because I am bound and determined. You can see the other one back there. I'm like 3/4 of the way through that box and haven't pulled the Bo Jackson card yet. And I've never pulled that card out of a pack. So I'm bound and determined to buy enough of these boxes to where eventually I will pull one. It's kind of like if you guys watch John from The Past is Alive, how he's always got the hunt for the Frank Thomas no name on front. The Bo Jackson, the Bo card is quickly becoming that for me. Like, it's almost a challenge now. And I have one graded in a 9 back there on my shelf, and I have a couple ungraded that I bought one off of eBay, ungraded. I bought a set, or actually I've bought 2 sets of 1990 scores, so I think I have 3 of them all together. But I've never pulled one out of a pack, so I'm on a mission now at this point. And then last but not least, I bought a box of 91 Upper Deck because I have never pulled or owned the Michael Jordan SP1. And there's a Find the Nolan series, which is what this is. There's a Find the Hank series, which he had 2 boxes of the Find the Hanks. Now, I'm not 100% sure which series that Michael Jordan card came from. I think it was this one. If it's not, I will feel pretty stupid knowing that there were 2 of the Hank Aaron boxes sitting on the shelves. So it's no guarantee I pull one out of here. But again, I've never owned this card, and at some point I'll probably just break down and buy one graded in like a 9. They're like $300 or $400 cards in a 10, and I'm not going to pay the 10 tax on one, so I'll buy a 9 for like 30, 40 bucks. So a much shorter video on Sunday. So I'm closing in on 16 minutes right now, so I think I'll go ahead and wrap it up there. I don't think I have anything else that I want to ramble on about. So again, if you're still with me, if you're not already subscribed, if you would do so, that would be great. I'm about to hit 1,290. Like, if I could get to 1,300 subscribers here in the next week or so, like, that would be awesome. And I'm probably gonna do a video here pretty soon where I talk about more specifically about my channel and monetization and all that other stuff. And like, when I started eBay, when I started YouTube, I never had the slightest idea that my channel would grow like it has, and it's still amazing to me. And so I never thought I would be monetized, and to be honest with you, that's not why I'm on eBay or on YouTube. Like, I'm on YouTube to develop friendships throughout the community, and I've been able to do that, and it's been awesome. And I've also been able to develop friendships outside of the YouTube community through YouTube, which again is awesome. Like my buddy Tom down in Jeff City, like, unless I randomly ran into him at a card show, like, I probably would never have met that dude if it weren't for YouTube and him meeting Chris and reaching out to me through my videos. So I'm here because I love to talk about cards, but more importantly, I'm here for the relationships and the friendships that I have been able to develop through YouTube, and it's so much fun and brings me so much joy. But now that I am monetized, like, it's awesome because every single dime that I get from YouTube goes back into my hobby budget. And again, my budget has changed. I, sometimes honestly feel disingenuous saying that I'm a budget collector, because $450 a month, like, that's a pretty good budget to me. Now, a lot of people can blow that out of the water. Like, they'll spend thousands of dollars a month. And to some people, $450 is a lot of money. And to me, it's a lot of money. I never thought I'd be able to spend this on baseball cards. But now that my channel is monetized, like, I never create videos thinking, oh, this one is going to be a huge video that's going to make me money, right? Like, I still just do what's going on with my collection, what I'm picking up, you know, what I paid for it, kind of sharing my hobby thoughts and all that stuff, right? But now that my channel is monetized, like, I'm never going to get rich doing YouTube, but even if I make 40 or 50 bucks a month off my YouTube channel, like, that's awesome, because that's money that goes right back into the hobby for me. And so all of you who support the channel, I can't begin to tell you how much I appreciate it. And speaking of transparency and sharing prices and how much I paid for everything, I forgot to do it on these boxes. So this score box was 20 bucks, which I think is cheaper than I paid for the last one at the antique store closer to Columbia. So I will buy this all day long for 20 bucks. And to me, I would rather rip a $20 box of junk wax cards that have some nostalgia and some meaning to me from my childhood than a modern hanger box or blaster box. And then this was 45, and this is probably an overpayment, but you don't see boxes of this quite as often as you do a lot of the other stuff. And again, just at the chance to pull the Michael Jordan SP1 was reason enough for me to pay 40 bucks for this box. I would like to pay 30 for it. I mean, shoot, $2 would be even better, but that's unrealistic. I think 30 is probably a fair price, but you know, I overpaid a little bit because it'll be fun to rip them open. So anyway, I managed to flap my yap and run this video up past 20 minutes. So I apologize. My brain just gets going sometimes. But anyway, once again, thank you for your support. And I hope you understand what I'm saying about the monetization of my YouTube channel and kind of its purpose. Like, I'm never gonna be one of those dudes that just try to make videos to get views. Like, it's always going to be about what's going on for me within the collection, unless there's something that I have a very strong opinion on. So I hope everybody understands that. I just, you know, YouTube doesn't pay me a lot of money. Like, the biggest month I've had at this point is 65 bucks. Normally it's about 40 or so. But, you know, month over month, like, that adds up, and that equals up to another, I don't know, $400 to $600 a year that I can spend on cards, and I can buy a pretty big card with $400 to $600. So I'm happy that my channel has grown the way it has. I'm happy that I'm fortunate enough to be monetized and make a little bit of money for videos that I would do anyway. Because again, I'm just a dude who loves to talk about baseball cards. So if I can talk about baseball cards and make a little bit of money at the same time, like, why would I not do that? Like, it just makes perfect sense. So anyway, I'll quit rambling. Again, thank you everyone for your support. I hope that I get this out later today, but it may be Monday, because we kind of have some stuff going on around the house today. My wife is my YouTube thumbnail creator, and she's gonna be spending a big chunk of the day putting out Halloween decorations and all this stuff in front of the house this weekend. So if I don't get it out today, hopefully I'll get it out tomorrow. And again, I apologize for running so long on the last video. 50 minutes is absurd. I should have split that up into 2 videos, but hindsight's always 20/20. I've been accused of being a lot of things, and being highly intelligent has never been one of those things that I've ever been accused of. But I'm still fairly new to this whole YouTube thing. I haven't hit 2 years yet. I won't hit 2 years until toward the end of January. So I'm trying to get better, and I'm always tweaking and changing, and that's a lesson learned. Like, if you have a 50-minute video to show 2,000 Ken Griffey Jr. cards, as my buddy Rob at Cash Cards said, like, it might be a good idea to split that up into maybe a couple 20, 30-minute videos instead of one 50-minute video. But anyway, until the next one, I hope everybody has a good one, and I'll talk to you later.